Welcoming you to the Leela Podcast, a place where you can discover all things Osho Leela. You'll get to meet the community, learn about community life, and listen in as we share about our upcoming events and workshops from the perspective of the facilitators and the attendees, supporting you to find your way to Leela.
So, the Leela Podcast. I'm here today with the wonderful Ranjana. Ranjana, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. It's really lovely to see you. And we're going to be talking about lots of different things, including getting to know Ranjana a little bit more, a little bit about the Leela Tantra Experience, and some more juicy information about you, Ranjana, and what you bring in terms of this offering at Osho Leela. So I'd like to say a little bit about Ranjana. So you're an exquisite space holder from what I've seen myself at Osho Leela. You really bring this essence of like the knowledge of Tantra, but also with your background in shamanism, really bringing in this kind of grounded, rooted, ancient quality to what you do. And I'd love you to share a little bit more about like who you are, what you do, and how you know about Osho Leela.
Okay, hi Kalia, thank you for having me. I'm very excited, a little nervous. And hello everybody. And my name Ranjana means rejoicing, the path of rejoicing, and I received it by Osho in 1988. I have the privilege to meet Osho when he was in the body, and that affect my life for the rest of my life because I was a teenager. So I have been practicing Osho meditation and Osho meditative process since then. And in some point in my life, I realized, oh, I need to study something. So I studied formal at the university. I studied psychology, psychotherapy, and somatic experience trauma healing. So that enriched my working with people because that part was missing. And because I was also had been in shamanism for 17 years, so I can run sweat lodge. And at some point in my life, I start feeling this is too tough because shamanism and working with people, do you know, the emotional wounds and all these things. So at some point of my life, I start feeling I really need to find something that bring me rejoicing. That then is the name of my life. And in this point, I found Tantra as a path of the personal develop, do you know? And in this moment, Tantra came, and it was very natural, but I have to say my Tantra style came from the Osho lineage. And I have done retreat. So for me, Tantra is a style of life. I became Tantra teacher by chance. I didn't expect to do that, but I don't know how that happened. And here I am with Amura teaching in Osho Leela. And but my connection with Osho Leela starting in 2011. And in fact, with Tarisha, we did Shamanic women, tantric tribal women. I started running sweat lodge there. And after the lockdown, after that episode in our human history, suddenly I was invited by Babu and Amura to holding intimacy gathering and also to create this tantra or bring tantra to Osho Leela with this vision that is bring together meditation, nature, modern shamanism, and what tantra is essentially.
Beautiful. Yeah, and there's so much to explore there around like the Leela Tantra experience and also like the vision that's underpinning a lot of what you're bringing to Osho Leela now, also with Amura as well. And yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, tell us a little bit about the Leela Tantra experience and what that's about and how that really came to be.
Okay, well, the Leela Tantra Experience is 4 modules. And I don't want to be so technic to explain what it is, but the first module is called the Tantra Map. And we have a map in our biological body. Yeah, if you born men or if you're born women, the endocrine system has some kind of energy. the chakra system, and also the chakra system is relating with the elements. So the shamanism part is there. And what we learn and what we share in the Tantra map is to connect with this dynamic and receptive energy within. And it's for everybody, for single, for couples, and doesn't matter your gender identity or your sexual orientation, because this energy within is available for everybody. So many people ask me, I am single, can I join Tantra? Yes, you can. People sometimes are homosexual or bisexual, and they ask me, can I join your workshop? Of course you can. It's not, it's for everybody. So that is the Tantra map, and it's very interesting to balance your more than balance is to expand the power of each center within and learn how to bring the energy within and upward, and from upward using and manifest in your life. And that will enrich your life in many aspects. Because of that, we say living orgasmically, and then at the end I will explain what does it mean living orgasmically. The second model is the tantric vision about body and senses, body and senses. And the senses are doorway to connect with the external world. But also, if you see in this moment, I see my view, I have a lot of trees in front of me. And I am now in Algarrobo by the sea, south of Chile, in the summertime here. So my senses are perceiving the warmth, the colors. I have water here, so I can test the water. I have my bells here, so I can make a pause. And this helped me to go within. So in that model, there is a lot of massage. Amura is the best in that. And it's a lot of surprise and rituals and ceremonies and meditations. And the next step is he and she are one. And I love this model because it's to balance the male and female aspect, sun and moon within. And for example, here we have the Jabjum. This is the male polarity consciousness. The female polarity depicts the expansion of energy, so expansion of consciousness, ecstasis, and emptiness in a good way. So we explore this balance. There is the moon and the sun. So I think in our society, we really need to come back to our healthy masculinity and our healthy femininity. Especially in these days, there are so many wars and so many crazy stuff happens in our society. So in my own experience, when we balance also the right and left hemisphere, something happened. And of course, this is very important. If you are with a partner, you will understand better your partner, especially because you will be more empathic with the opposite sex if you are in a heterosexual relationship. And also, if you are in a same gender or same sex relationship, also help you because sometimes you could be more dynamic or more masculine, and the other person could be more in the female side, and then the opposite. So it's nothing is black and white in Tantra. And the fourth model is devotional Tantra, and here we bring together conscious sexuality, love, and meditation. And love is the bridge between these two aspects: the instinct connection with the heart and the heart connection with the intuition. And so it's inspired in this word that is called Mahamudra, the great orgasm with the universe, with the existence. So that is our model. And in the fourth model, you will enrich your making love as a doorway to to create meditation.
Mm.
Either if you are alone, single,
Yeah.
with occasional partners, or with partners, maybe you are together for 20 years and something new will come to your life. Or maybe you are a new couple and you're very excited. So I have to say, and I want to say, we always honor couples
Mm.
in the Leela Tantra Experience.
Mm.
Yes, I don't know if you have any question about the.
Yeah, I mean, I love what you're offering. Like, I love the Leela Tantra Experience, and I haven't done the Leela Tantra Experience. It's certainly something that's in my awareness, and there's desire there. And through how you explain it, like how I understand it is like this, it's a space, like you create these beautiful spaces for people to drop in with themselves more deeply, first of all, which we often don't have a lot of that, really. Like you said, you talked about the societal lenses of things, about how we can start to create spaces where we can really nourish ourselves and have that connection to our senses, have that connection to our energy system, creating more harmony in our life. And you said at the beginning that, you know, this tantra is a path, it's a life path. You know, it's having a way to come in and get a taste for what this can really bring, how this can really enrich your wellness, like your vitality, your capacity for intimacy. There's so much value in being in this experience. And for anybody that's considering like the Leela Tantra Experience, and they might be a little bit nervous, or maybe they've got some fears and they're not quite like sure, like, have you got any messages that you might say to somebody who is sort of on the fence and thinking, oh, what might just support me to take that step to say yes to an experience like this? Because it could be, for some people, yeah, a little bit daunting for them as well, but also really, really valuable and worthwhile.
Okay, I think first, Tantra sometimes could be intimidated, like, oh, what is happening there? Orgies, or I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever. And first, I would like to thank you for your question. And I would like to say, in my own experience, I was very afraid before my first Tantra group. So first is your trust in yourself, in your intuition. And if you are with a partner and you want to go together, trust in your intuition, because that is the first step. And if you have the impulse to go into Tantra, it's the right things to you. Then connect with the facilitators. And do you feel comfortable? Do you trust? Do you see this facilitator can support you in your path of blossoming, of expands your energy and your consciousness, or manifest your goals in your life? So that is the second question. And if you have yes, by the way, I have to say we are a team. It's Amura, Ranjana, but also we have assistants, and this time is Miguel from Spain with us, and Maite, also from Spain. So it's a lot of Spanish people there. And also we have helpers who have done the previous Leela Tantra Experience, because our intention in Osho Leela is to create the kaula, the tribe, the Tantra team. Yeah. And the third question is something that, do I see Tantra as a path, or is something that I would like to explore, either if I am single or not? And if they have a yes, so go for it. We create very safe space, but also you have the opportunity to dare and to explore your bodies, not your just physical body, your ethical body, your emotions, your mind, and even go beyond mind. Because I have done many Tantra workshops and also read Tantra books. And of course, I have the experience to make love with partners. And it's totally different when you are making love with something cerebral, like a chapter 2, Diana Richardson said to do this, or chapter 1, this conscious sexuality books say do it in this way,
Yeah.
but you feel that. Do you know? Especially if you are a woman, women are very sensitive. So basically, the invitation, and I think what is different in this tantra is experiential process.
Yeah.
This tantra, because of that is the name,
Mm.
and doesn't mean we won't make love in the in the room, and you don't need to make even love to be a tantric person. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more about something within. And
Mm.
here I will say living orgasmically means to live your life and be the first character in your life. And
Mm.
in my own experience, Tantra as a path support you to live with rejoicing,
Yeah.
working with rejoicing and
Mm.
presence, making love with rejoicing and presence and deep
Mm.
meditation, cooking, driving,
Mm.
uh, be with your children, or study. Whatever you are doing is this presence and is this deep connection with life itself.
Yeah.
So yes.
That's beautiful. And it is this concept, because I just want to stay with that piece around like making love, because for some people they might take that literally as like, okay, like tantra has been associated with more kind of overt sexual practices, and with the Leela Tantra experience and what you're describing, like it's about being in connection with life itself, but through the art of loving, through being connected with all aspects of self, including like, you know, the sexual part, you know, the energy that comes through the heart, and having this process of it all being like whole, and there's like this unified process, like you talked about, like creating harmony. And it's like, of course we experience challenges, and this is something you've spoken to before, Ranjana, as well, but you know, it's like we experience challenges. Life will sometimes be challenging. It's how we actually engage with that, where we can really then see life and experience the nectar, where we turn, I think you said, like we turn poison into, I can't remember the word you used, but maybe you can
Nectar.
say more about that. Yeah, the nectar, thank you. So it becomes actually the nectar of life, rather than needing to be something that's potentially heavy, and we do have the power to do that. We do have the power to shift into something that's potentially more beneficial for ourselves, like, you know, nectar. And so living orgasmically, like you said, is like having a space to really be connected, to really feel, to really sense things, and it feels really empowering as well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely it is. Well, I would like to compliment what you say
Yeah.
eloquently. uh, yes, Tantra doesn't mean you will live in the la 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 world, like a space house, or
Yeah.
no, it's not about that.
Mm.
On the contrary, you are very present in your body. Help
Mm.
you to be present in your body, and more you are in your body, more sensitive you become.
Yeah.
Also stop this mental narrative, constantly mental narrative that sometimes creates so much trouble in our life and so much
Mm.
fear. But there are many challenges in our
Mm.
life, present historical moment in
Yeah.
our life. So it doesn't mean you will be in the Lala world place or either space out. No, for the contrary. But in my
Mm.
own experience, the approach to sort it out this situation is totally different. Even you feel grateful for that, for the
Yeah.
opportunity to grow up through challenge.
Mm.
And that is beautiful and is amazing. And if when you are with a partner together, this togetherness, and you learn how to lead or connect in a different way
Yeah.
with your partner, and that is very important because we are carrying emotional wounds that
Mm.
sometimes affect our relation with our partner, with our colleagues, with our children, with our friends
Yeah.
in general. But Tantra invite you to see in this mirror and see the beauty. And doesn't
Yeah.
mean you don't have a shadow. We all have shadows.
Yeah.
We all have situation in our lives that maybe traumatize ourselves.
Mm.
The beauty of Tantra is it can support you. It's not psychotherapist, no, but can support you to really connect with that part of you that is poor,
Mm.
innocent,
Mm.
joyful. Yeah, and this is not a slogan. I live that. It's
Yeah.
possible. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And about the second part that you speak, many people connect tantra with conscious sexuality. That is amazing.
Mm.
But that come when tantra historical come from India and Tibet, and so when British people came to England, they just see because there were a lot of repression. I don't want to trigger, no, please don't feel triggered, but there were a lot of
Yeah.
repression. And but the Tantra, India has been the source of many rich paths for enlightenment. Zen, Buddhism,
Yeah.
master born in India. And so Tantra has lineage in India
Mm.
and also in Tibet. Saraha, Shiva, also from Tibet, Niropa, Tilopa, with different approach.
Mm.
Uh, so of course, in the Leela Tantra experience, we explore more about the. It's not boring. It's not historical like you will read. No, but
Yeah.
it's more. You will learn about this historical part of Tantra more. And because of this vision, more narrow vision that they see these statues naked and all this, the focus was in just Tantra is just sex.
Mm.
At all. It's a very rich path that bring meditation, connection with nature,
Yeah.
unity within. Um, Many aspects of our life are tantric, and we born in the
Yeah.
tantric.
Yeah.
How this connection of
Yeah.
men and women, the source of life,
Mm.
basically is very tantric. But from this point, we have different elements to create amazing food,
Mm.
in our life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it feels like it's a remembrance as well. Like when I hear you speak about like purity, like innocence, it's like it's also bringing in like that again is harmonious because it's like the polarity of like light and shadow, it's like they can all exist within one space, and also teaching people or guiding people, supporting people with presence. That is where the meditation, like the quality of meditation that comes from that, just as a daily practice in life, like somebody that hasn't done the Leela Tantra experience, but also, practices presence, it really allows me to navigate life with more ease and actually with more, maybe I don't use the word joy so much right now, but like definitely with more grace. I feel that there's a lot more grace that can come from actually having moments where we can learn to actually build that skill of presence, because it's not something that's easy, like you said, when we can be very heady and life can be very heady. So it's like really creating this beautiful education and experiential education where people can come and actually practice these things, can really learn about their own bodies, their own systems, how they interact with other people. It just is such a beautiful offering that you're both bringing to Osho Leela.
Yeah, thank you. I will
Mm.
like maybe to say the word refined.
Yeah.
Yeah, because tantra is to it's refine the raw biological sexual energy, and I have
Mm.
to clarify it's not just about sex,
Yeah.
but it's to refine this raw, beautiful, alive
Yeah.
sexual energy.
Yeah.
Sex is for creation, not just a human being.
Yeah.
Through this source of life, you can create music. Fire Rhythm was creating with this passion for life. But
Yeah.
for me, what is important is what is your passion? And I don't want to sound cliche, really, really. And this sexual raw energy, the biological, that also animal have it. But we are human beings, and through tantra we can refine this raw, beautiful, expansive energy of life,
Mm.
move upward and through the heart, you love your children. When you become that, when you become that, or when you have a partner and you love and you see the divine person in front of you.
Mm.
Native people were amazing in this, because when the man has the first ejaculation and the women have the first blood, they say they become the god and the goddess of creation. That is the power.
Mm.
So when you bring love, it's starting this refine refine this process to become a being.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
and then is intuition, super consciousness,
Yeah.
shunyata, emptiness, different words to depict this experience of living
Mm.
orgasmically.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said like obviously we know a little bit in terms of, you talked about your roots with shamanism as well. I think you said 17 years that you've been in shamanism, and I think one of the sort of special pieces of what you're bringing is also combining like your well, because you are just bringing this, it's of course it's going to be infused in what you're bringing in the Leela Tantra experience. And yeah, will you share more about like what the shamanic input is in terms of the Leela Tantra experience?
But the nature always will be part of these four models.
Yeah,
In
beautiful.
shamanism, because also I would like to clarify,
Mm.
shamanism many times is associating with uh, medicine plant, and
Mm.
my shamanic style doesn't use medicine
Mm.
plants. It's more about deep connection with nature
Mm.
and come back to our inner nature.
Yeah.
Mhm. You
Yeah.
see, for example, tribal people, they are always naked.
Mm.
And in Brazil, in Colombia, these mammals and they don't feel shame because of
Yeah.
their body. Body is not an issue for them.
Mm.
Having orgasm is not an issue at all.
Yeah.
Uh, they learn how to connect with more dignity. So in, maybe my answer to your question is through these examples. It's
Yeah.
more about to become nature again,
Yeah.
because we haven't mentioned pornography, but there are a
Mm.
lot of addiction in pornography, and that affect your mind to lose the connection, the real connection with what is natural and what is real.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also the endocrine system, because
Mm.
there's a lot of dopamine process there, so you then lose the interest for what is real, for what to hang
Mm.
in a real human being.
Yeah.
So very subtle and very slowly and very gently, we are coming back to our body, to our
Mm.
body, and from this presence in our body, learn how to love ourselves
Mm.
with dignity. We can connect with nature and learn by nature.
Yeah.
So I have to say that is the shamanic part in
Yeah.
these forms.
Yeah. Beautiful. As you said that, I just noticed that my hand went to like the solar plexus and just really felt that. It was like a warm hug, like just receiving that. It just feels like really powerful and potent like offerings. And yeah, so it's coming up soon. So we've got the Leela Tantra Experience starting. It's going to be next month now because we're in February. So do you want to say more about like, yeah, like more about people if they want to find out more about the Leela Tantra Experience, where they can go and find out that information? We'll also obviously put all the information in the show notes for the podcast episode too. But yeah, we've it's worth mentioning that we've got an early bird too.
Well, I think you are the best person to say where you can find the information. And
Yeah.
yes, it's just there to live your life. Uh, do you know, this is something very personal, but I have this sensation in this moment of our historical, uh, in our I have to say, in this moment, in our history as a society, I feel this kind of, I want to share something is so valuable for me.
Mm.
And if you feel this call to do Tantra, you are welcome,
Yeah.
welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
And we are not looking for perfection. We are not looking to,
Mm.
it's not pushing, it's no goals. It's just to be who you really are in a
Mm.
natural way.
Yeah.
Use all that you have, shadow,
Mm.
emotions, gifts, talents, passion for life,
Mm.
to transform poison into nectar, to move the energy within and
Mm.
up, and from this upward coming back to the earth, Mother Earth, and manifest
Yeah.
something in your life for
Yeah.
yourself, for your partner, for people who are around you.
Yeah. Beautiful. So we've got the Leela Tantra Experience four modules. The first one starts in March. I think it's the 22nd.
March 22nd, and we choose
Yeah.
that time. This is also part of the shamanic part because
Yeah.
spring is coming at that time.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful opportunity to blossom.
Yeah, it's a really good time to start to seed things, to seed, like, if there is a calling, or like you said, people trusting their intuition, or trusting that moment of like, oh, I feel curious about this, then they can explore more. And there's loads of information that we've got on the Osho Leela website. There's information that we're posting on the social media channels as well for anybody that is curious or feels that little calling. If you want to tune in more and check that out, you can book the four module experience as a whole, and there's an early bird offer until February 29th. So that's good to know if you are thinking about it. And people can also join the first or second module as standalone workshops as well. So maybe if somebody's just thinking, I might like to try the first one, they could come along to the first one and then book the whole training still after that, if they felt they wanted to go on and do the whole four module program.
Yeah, yes. I think Osho Leela opened a couple of spaces for people who want to do model first or second.
Yeah.
But last year we had the situation, we have a waiting list. Not sure it will happen this year, but
Yeah.
yes. But it's possible to join the first and the second as a single.
Yeah, and it could just be a way in for people also that are curious, and maybe are a little bit like, I want to try it first and see how it is before I commit. So it's also us opening different pathways for people to really dip their toe in this area, particularly if they are feeling maybe a little bit sort of shy about it, because we are working with really tender pieces sometimes when we're talking about these aspects. It can be quite daunting for people. So it's like creating these really gentle ways in, knowing that you and Amora are there as part of the beautiful co-leads, like leading this with your extensive experience, and also the beautiful team that surrounds you as well and is supporting this, so everyone feels held and has that space to really drop in and open to the experience. And yeah, if people want to find out more about you, Ranjana, if people are curious also to learn, I'll also make sure that your information's in the show notes for people.
Yeah, it's ranjana.one. Very simple.
Yeah, great.
Ranjana, my
So
website
simple.
is ranjana.one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
And I
make
would
sure
like to
people can find
add
you.
that these four models is a process.
Yeah.
So if you feel the calling, I would highly recommend to do it, the four models, and it's very accessible and in financial way. And you can also find a way to connect with Leela
Yeah.
office, and they will sort it out. But it's a process. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Start with something, and you will be complete the first model with knowing you, but who you really are.
Beautiful. Yeah. And we this is the second time round that the Leela Tantra Experience is happening. And I know the first run of this was last year, and the testimonials that were coming from people that experienced it were so heartfelt and beautiful in terms of their experience. So if you're also curious to learn about what other people felt and thought about the Leela Tantra Experience, there's so much information, videos of participants sharing their experiences as well, so you can find out more on the website. But we really welcome you to experience this beautiful process. And yeah, any last words, Ranjana, that you wish to share with our Leela audience before we complete?
Thank you. I want to say thank you to you, Kalia, because your
Mm,
support last year and this year, you are the person who has been behind this thing.
yeah.
And I want to acknowledge and recognize your dedication
Mm,
to, especially last year and this year as well, to create flyers and to create the reels. And
mm,
you definitely got the essence of what Tantra is. I can perceive that, even though
yeah.
you haven't done the process yet.
Yeah.
But I want to acknowledge that, and I want to say
Mm,
thank you because you have done
mm,
many beautiful things behind the scenes. Yeah,
mm,
yes. And I want to say Osho Leela is a team.
yeah.
So there are
Yeah.
different workshops, there are different retreats, and I I I feel a privilege to be part of that team, and working with Amura is always so easy and
Yeah.
so easy and so, I don't know, synchronic. Yes.
Yes. Very, very much so. Yeah.
I'm very excited because this
Yeah.
year we have this team, this assistant, both from Spain, and also we have helpers
Mm,
from England who have done the Leela Tantra Experience. So I am very excited because the Kaula, the tribe,
it's
is
forming.
manifest. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ranjana. Really appreciating you and all that you bring. And really thank you for emanating your essence into this, and also with Dear Amora as well, and just creating this really beautiful, beautiful experience for people. So thank you for also coming onto the podcast, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.